Please, when writing your personal statement, ensure that you strengthen your strengths. Don't try to look at your weaknesses because they don't care about your weaknesses. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's a girl here, Elfrida, and I know that I have been missing in action. I've not been here for long, but guys, I'm back and I'm back with a lot of content, a lot of good news for every single subscriber. So if you're new here, my name is Elfrida, and this channel is all about scholarship applications, educational tips, career advice, and life in the UK. And sometimes we'll be doing some vlogging and other things as time goes on. So in this video, I'll be taking you on 5 steps to writing a perfect personal statement. Yes, I said it. 5 steps to writing a perfect personal statement. And these are steps that really worked for me. I gained admission into the University of Bristol. With these steps, I used to write my personal statement for other schools I applied for, and I got admission into the University of Reading, Strathclyde University, Oxford Brookes University, and the others that I can't even mention. So these steps are very important, and I feel that these are the steps that will help you also. So if you want to know what you need to do to write that perfect personal statement, stay tuned. This video is going to provide you with that. Alright guys, welcome back. So the first step I'm going to be taking you on for the personal statement is relax. Yes, I said it, relax. A lot of times people kind of stutter when they want to write a personal statement. They feel already overwhelmed, they don't know what to do, they don't know how to write it. It's kind of overwhelming. So the first thing I'll tell you is relax. Take your time. I want you to begin to think of your achievements, think of your awards, think of things that you've done before now that are relevant to the course you're applying for. Maybe you're applying for a master's in law or a master's in development and maybe international studies and all of that. I want you to begin to think of what you have done before now, because personal statement is very personal. It's all about you. You're actually telling them what you've done before now and who you are, what has motivated you, and that's why it's called either a personal statement or a statement of motivation, because you're throughout the personal statement you're trying to tell them that, trying to tell the admission team that this is who I am and this is what I've been doing before now, and that's why I'm also thinking of furthering my studies in your university. So the first thing I would want you to do is to relax, to think of, if you can write it down on the paper. I would like you to write down your achievements. Maybe on the academic side, you've been a very hardworking student, and then for leadership is also showing there are some awards of leadership you have, showing that you've been an excellent leader. All those things are very important. One example I'll give you is a personal example. When I was writing my personal statement, especially for the University of Bristol, I was not even aware of the things I had done. It took me persons telling me to calm down and think. It took me time to begin to ask myself, I'm like, girl, you've done a lot of things. You've gotten a lot of achievements, awards. It doesn't have to be 20, it doesn't have to be 3, it doesn't even have to be 2, it could be 1, and then you could actually leverage on that award. Okay, so the second thing I would say, after you begin to understand that, oh, I have a lot of achievements, I have strength, and please, mind you, before I go to the second thing, please, when writing your personal statement, ensure that you strengthen your strength. Don't try to look at your weaknesses, because they don't care about your weaknesses. Don't try to think about your weaknesses, okay? I want you to think about your strengths, what you're good at. Don't say, oh, I'm not good at talking, I'm not good at writing, I'm not good at this. That's not what they want them. That's not what you want to, put on your personal statement. Your personal statement is just like when you're going for an interview and then they say, tell me about yourself. You would want to impress the interviewers, and so that's the way you impress your admission team in writing a very good personal statement. Okay, so the second thing I would say when writing a personal statement is that you need to know that whatever you're putting down, your achievements, your strengths, your awards, it should be relevant to the like the program you're applying for. So if you're applying for a master's in law, I'm not saying that every achievement or every award or every strength must be law related, but it should be something that you can actually leverage on in applying for that master's in law or master's in whatever field you're applying for. So it should be relevant. Now I'll give you an example of a graduate or maybe someone trying to write a personal statement who has worked in the talent management and also was part of the editorial team in his office. So writing that personal statement for maybe you're applying for a master's in law, and then you want to leverage on the work, that experience, it has to be something related to that course. Now what I'll say is, as our example goes, that person, what you should do now is to say that, oh, while at so place, I worked in the talent and recruitment management, and that has also helped me. It has increased my communication skills, which is very important in this course, and that's why I'm applying for this course. Okay, so you see how we've been able to relate communication to talent management. The person has, you can also say, oh, I've been able to interact with people, so it has, that's part of communication. Now you don't just put, oh, I've been in the talent and management team and I was also in the editorial team. Why are you telling me? That's what the admission will ask. What's the relevance of what you are trying to say? So if you've worked in the talent and management team, you already know, okay, oh, I'm going to use this for communication as a part of the fact that it has increased my communication skills. Nice. Now, before you write on editorial, oh, I also volunteered in the editorial team, because if it was not part of your job, maybe it was something you were chosen to do in the office because they saw that you had skills. Also, some jobs will just give you some responsibilities and all of that. You can leverage on that, and you can say that, oh, and I was also a volunteer in the editorial team in my office, and through that voluntary work I was able to increase my research skill, because of course you are an editor. It has helped you. It has also helped you in your English language, in your communication. So these are the ways you kind of leverage on your little strengths, on your little awards, on your little achievements. So you don't really have to have a lot of achievements before you write a perfect personal statement. I believe that example should be like a very good example to help you out. That's the second thing. So the third thing I'm going to say when writing a very good personal statement is that you need to know the structure. You need to have a structure, like a structure for your personal statement. So some schools would say that personal statement should not be more than maybe 500 words to 700, or maybe 700 to 1,000 words, or 1,000 words to 1,500. So you have to check your school website to know which, so you don't go above the word count. Okay, it's very important that you don't go above the word count, but don't go too much below the word count. So if it's 500, you can write like 450 something. If it's 700, just close to it. It also shows that you know what you're writing and you know what you're doing. And for the structure, I have a personal structure which I'm going to tell you now. So the first is your introduction, which must be capturing, like it must be captivating. It has to encapsulate your motivation. It has to pull the admission team or whoever is reading your personal statement to want you on that course. Because why people feel that personal statement is not important could be that they feel like, oh, of course I'm paying money for the school, they should accept me. No, the school has an admission team and they have a requirement. If you don't meet the requirement, whether you have all the millions in the world, they will not and meet you. You must meet their requirement. So if they're not writing an exam or anything, and then the only thing they ask you to do is a personal statement, you must be able to produce a good personal statement that would enroll you, that would give you admission into that course. So that is why I would advise you to really pay attention to the tips I'm giving to you, so that you can write a perfect personal statement and you don't even need anybody to write it for you. You can do it all by yourself by following these tips. Okay, so what you're going to do is your introduction. To your introduction, you're putting it out, you're trying to give them a background of who you've been and why it has made you to want to study your course, and why it has made you to also want to further your course in the school and all of that. So you're trying to tell them, and please, it doesn't have to be a particular introduction. It doesn't have to be since I was a child, while I was born, when I was in my mother's womb, or something like that. It can actually be any way you want it. It's your personal statement. Just know that it should give them a brief background of why you are coming for that course, and why you're coming for that course should be because you have actually maybe done something within that area before, even if you've not studied it. Maybe you've had an interest. What's motivated you should be your interest. It should show the purpose why you are actually coming for that course. And then you can then take it over to the next paragraph and then start with your voluntary work or your paid experience, what you've done in regards to that area. You can now talk about your paid experience, your voluntary work, and then your leadership work, a little one or two achievements you've gotten, even if it's not in that area. But like I said, my previous point, how relevant it is matters, and then you put it together all there. And then the next paragraph, you can also talk about the skills that you have. You can talk about the skills that you have, that you bring to the table, which is also a requirement for the course. So while you've talked about the skill, you can now talk about why you are choosing that course. And then why you're choosing that course would mean you have to tell the university what that course entails. I know they know what the course entails, of course, because it's their university and it's their course run by them. But you need to make them know that you know what you're coming for. You know why you're choosing that course. So that alone means you have to go to the university website to search for the course, the modules, the units under it, the modules, and the one that really resonates with you. You don't really have to talk about a lot. You can just pick one or two modules and issues of discussion in the course that really resonate with you and that are very core to your research area. You can talk about that one. You can talk about the lecturers, one or two lecturers that would be taking the course. You will find all these things on the school website. So you can talk about the lecturers taking the course and their research interests, and it means you have to read about maybe one or two lecturers. I remember applying for the University of Strathclyde, or was it the University of Reading. I discovered that they had like an annual lecture on the particular course I was applying for, and then I just grabbed on that one and I took it into my personal statement that I would love to be a part of that annual lecture, because I've seen from what I've read, I've seen that the annual lecture is going to also impact on my course and my research area. So it means you're already making them to call you. Oh, we need this girl to come up, because she is already interested in the course, that she already knows there's an annual lecture that goes on and she wants to be part of it. So it's every single thing you need is all there for you in your personal statement. You just need to know how to do it, put it together, and that's why this video is here for you. So, and then you want to come down to your fourth or fifth paragraph and talk about why the university. Why are you choosing the university? This is going to still be found in the school university website, and you have to check what's the university all about, what do they stand for, what do they stand for, what's their ranking. Why the UK? You have to mention, or if wherever you're going to, why the US, why the UK, why Australia, why whatever university in whatever country you're going to. So you have to state why the UK, why the US. So you have to mention why in research to study, in regards to studies rather, in regards to studies, why are you choosing them? Why are you choosing to come over? Why are you not staying over in your country? Because I mean, it's important. If your country offers that kind of research or that kind of course, why are you now coming to the UK to study? So you must put it in, try to maybe talk about the culture, you want to meet with people, you want to have, like, you know, more knowledge. There are a lot of things you can actually say in that regard. And then finally, you can come now to your 6th paragraph or your 5th paragraph, depending on the way you have, you know, tried to put your things, all my points together. You can come to your 6th paragraph and you want to end on a very high note, guys, very high note. And then in that your conclusion, you're telling them that, oh, okay, with all I've said here and here, you give me this admission. If I do this course, if I research in this area, that I'm going to do this, maybe I'm going to work when I go back to my country, I'm going to work in the ministry, I'm going to do this, I'm going to, you know, try to put what the impact of your course will be on, it could be your country, it could be maybe for the world, globally, and all of that. So that's how you write a personal statement. And that's it, guys. That's on period. You are done with your personal statement. Concluded. And so that is it, guys. And now that you have done, now that you have killed it, okay, what you need to do is drop that pen. You know, the first time I said relax. So now you need to relax again. What you need to do is you give your personal statement to a friend, someone, or a friend, your mom, your dad, someone, your sister, anybody, someone not in your study, someone that does not even know anything about your field of study. Maybe have knowledge but not in that area, so that they can read it and check if it actually makes sense. Because when you're writing, is different from when you're reading the statement. So let them know what improvements you can make before you know, sending it to the university, so they can actually help you. And it's good for a second eye to look at it, or even a second and a third eye to look at it, so that they can know if it really does make sense, and if what you're saying is motivating, if it's really good, if it's really interesting. Because the people that are going to be checking your personal statement may not be people in your field. They are obviously in the admission team. It could be people in psychology, social science, and all of that. So you need a second or third eye to look at it. Okay, guys? And then you want to check for your errors, your punctuations, your grammatical errors. Please make sure that every single thing you're saying makes sense and they are correct. So ensure that they are correct. And then you're done. After editing, and you want to put it in the right format, maybe in Word or PDF. So you check if the university supports PDF or Word format. And that is it, guys. That's the end of this video. At this point, I believe that you guys will be able to write a very perfect personal statement. If you have any questions, put it, guys, in the comment section. And please don't forget to like, share. Please share, guys. Share. Encourage your girls. Share this video, guys. And I thank you for coming here again. Till next time. Bye.